Today on the channel, I'm going to show you how to play the song I Remember You by Skid Row. I Remember You by Skid Row, man. Power ballads, the 80s. We gotta love our power ballads, man. It was fun times back in the 80s when every metal band had an acoustic song and it made all the girls sing and the guys played it in their cars and grew their hair out real long trying to attract the women. And, you know, some of us still think that works. But anyway, we're going to learn I Remember You. Great song, man. Sebastian Bach, unmatched vocals. Just killer. Scotti Hill, Dave the Snake, Sabo, Rachel Bolan. I mean, what a lineup. What a lineup. Scotti Hill's got a killer solo in this song, so I'm going to try to do it justice in this lesson. I'm going to show you how to play the acoustic intro, the verse, the chorus, the pre-chorus stuff, the bridge, and break down this guitar solo for you note for note, okay? So let's begin. The song is in standard. I'm going to play it on my EVH Frankie Relic series because I've got my single coil activated and my humbucker, so it's very versatile. So I've got a nice gritty tone on my amp, you know. So you got to have a tone like that for Skid Row. I'm running through a Fractal Ax8, got a Friedman BE model with Friedman impulse responses. Friedmans are my favorite amps. If you want that sound and you want to spend a good chunk of money, invest in a Friedman. That's all I can say. But anyways, when I roll back with my single coil, I get this sound. That's how we did it in the 80s, man. That's how we still do it. You gotta, it gives you that headroom, it gives you that power in the amp, that warmth. Anyway, since I'm not playing an acoustic, that's how I get a nice tone. What I think is a nice tone for this. Now we're gonna be doing this G, we're gonna be doing a C add 2, we're gonna be doing a D chord. There's an E minor in here. All right, so we got our typical 1, 4, 5, 6 minor progression, which is in just about every single rock and pop song known to mankind. The bridge part goes to an A, to an E, back to a D. And that's pretty much the entire song. So let's start off with this intro. Now, strumming is something that a lot of guitar players take for granted. And if you don't own an acoustic guitar, then you gotta just learn how to play root chords on a nice electric guitar with a nice tone. And you gotta think of rhythm guitar like, almost like you're playing percussion. Rhythm guitar really accents what the drums are doing, the hi-hat and the groove of the song. And you gotta attack the guitar a little differently. So I'm not just banging into the string. I'm lightly strumming down. There's a lot of down and a lot of up strokes. Like the first 2 strokes, it's a down and up. So I'm doing the bass notes on the down stroke, then I'm going to be hitting the higher strings on the up stroke lightly, like that. So you want to get this, you want to kind of get this feel. Before you start adding all those little cool little licks, you got to get the that down. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to play on time. You know, get your foot tapping, like Paul Gilbert says. Man, you gotta get that. You gotta feel it, man. You gotta feel it in your heart. And then you can put little palm mute right, and when you get that feel down, you get this roll, which is you're going. We're gonna keep the same shape going. You don't really, lift your hand up and do like a little lick without keeping your hand in the chord shape. You go. My pinky and my ring finger never leave these strings right here when I'm playing the G to the C, and it frees up my index finger. It's a lot of hammer on. Very southern rock, very country. Here we go. C. Then go. You can go like, which is a hammer on the G string, and pull out. And then a second fret on the D string, and you can play an open G, or you can go open D. Back to the G, so slowly. And sometimes I'll like go on the first pass, and the second pass I'll go. Okay, and then he goes to, he's singing, woke up to the sound of pouring rain. All right, so I won't kill you with my singing. And then the turnaround goes, D, da, 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 da. All right, then the chorus is G, remember yesterday, D, walking hand in hand, E minor, C, add to, I remember you. See, now you're ready to play this on MTV Unplugged. Many of you probably remember what MTV Unplugged was. My favorite MTV Unplugged is when Rat did Born on the Bayou. Steve Pearcy was Born on the Bayou. I love the MTV Unplugged. Anyway, I digress. I'm in the weeds. Sorry about that. People always complain, Marty, you're in the weeds, damn it. Get to the lesson. All right, so that's the beginning, all right? Now, obviously, the lead guitars come in, the big guitars come in after the intro. And they hit that D, da, 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 da. We're gonna hit, humbucker, D. So you can do stuff like that, or you can roll it back a little bit. Okay, and then the band, we pick up our volume, and we pick up our emphasis on the song. It builds. So we're gonna have kind of a nice gritty guitar in the background. Now, these chords, when you're doing your guitar chords during this chorus, you can do bar chords like a G5, a D5, an E minor to a C. All right, so that's part of recording and playing live with a couple guitar players. You want to layer these parts. And this song was masterfully recorded, produced, engineered, and the performance, everything was great on it. Lots of cool guitar parts and layers. And that's what it's like cooking. You want to add the right flavors and the right ingredients. And sometimes you add too much, but you got to know when to call it, and you got to know what to cook with. Otherwise it's going to, not taste very good. But taste is subjective, so who am I to say? All right, so there's your verse and your chorus. I hope that makes sense, all right? There is a tasty little lick that Scotti, I think, probably does during the second verse when you can be playing, with a single coil, little gritty. He goes something of the nature of this. He does like this little. I'm up here in this. This is the E minor pentatonic Bach shape. That's also G major, because they're relative majors and minors. So this song, the solo is all in G major or E minor, mostly pentatonic, but there is some really nice melodic stuff in there. So Scotti does a lot of really cool things where he breaks away from the pentatonic, does some very melodic things, goes back into the pentatonic mode, which works really good. But this lick, I'm going to be up here on the 14th fret, and I'm going to go pull off to the 12th, kind of like Wonderful Tonight. All right, but we're going to go slowly. Now, Scotti hits these pinch harmonics in this song that are ungodly. I don't know if... my theory is they got it just right. You know, they punch in, they get these solos just right, because hitting these pinch harmonics as perfectly as they are in the solo is almost impossible to do it every time. But God, they got some killer tones in pinch harmonics in the solo. It makes me so jealous, man. It's perfect. But he goes, you kind of get that pinch harmonic. To get a pinch harmonic, you got to use very little bit of your pick, and the edge of the string, or the string hits the edge of your thumb. Once it hits the pick, it just grazes the bottom of your thumb, and you get that. All right, and that's what that sounds like. So that's one of those tasty little licks he does during that second verse. All right, so then it goes back into the chorus. Remember yesterday. All right, now before the bridge, there's this bridge part that goes A5 to an E5 to an A5 to a D, the 5 of G, and it's going to go into this glorious, victorious solo, which I'm about to show you. But before it goes into that bridge, it goes. They build up on that G, so the chorus is going to go. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand. I wanna hear you say, I remember you. Through all the sleepless nights, I think. Remember you. And they ride on this G. They go up to this 2 chord, which I just went over. E, A, the promise that we made. Okay, now fasten your seatbelts, because this guitar solo is one for the ages, man, and I'm gonna try to do it justice. I'm gonna play it for you slowly. I would encourage you to work on your nuances and your phrasing. I'm going to show the solo to you in sections, all right, in little bite-sized nuggets, so you can digest it and memorize it in phrases, and that way you can get it, all the way through, hopefully without playing anything terribly wrong, and practice along with YouTube and slow your speed down to like half speed, or half speed is really kind of lame sounding. I'd say about 0.85 works good. It doesn't really change the sound of the song too much, but it doesn't change the pitch. But I would say, practice it like that, then build yourself up to speed. So when the solo starts, when they're building up on this D, there's this really, really very distant build up. There's like a filler line, and I've seen Scotti Hill play this on YouTube, and I analyzed him a little bit in this just to kind of see where his hands were, and I play it in some different positions, but I'll show you kind of where he does it as well. But this lick in the beginning isn't super important. It's really just a build up to the when it kicks in a really nice melodic solo, but there's a full 4 beats of a build-up. And what I hear very, very distant in the recording is he goes like this. And then... All right, so it's kind of hard to execute, but it's, you know, the 3, 4. It just really gives a triumphant feel to that payoff that you get when he hits this G. All right, so let's start with the main part of the solo. After that build up, we're gonna hit this G. Now listen, Scotti plays it down here. There's a G here, and there's a G here. I like to play up in this position because I find most of the solo can be played a lot in this G major pentatonic. There's a lot in the solo that's played in this position, so why not go work? All right, that's the Scotti way. But we're gonna show the Marty way. So after that fill, I'm gonna bend this 12th fret up to the 14th, a full step. So one more time. And there's this lick right here. One more time, it's... Now Scotti plays that down here like... So you can transpose this lick, but it's just... I'm so used to playing this position, it's very unorthodox for me to learn this. So playing guitar the easier way, whatever works for you is better. Play to your strengths. And if the notes are the same, it doesn't matter. Sometimes the string choice makes a difference in the tone, but I don't really think it makes a big difference here. So after we go... He's going to do that, and then he goes... Then we're going to hit the 7th fret and slide down, all on the G string, and then go... That's like a Steve Vai lick. That's a G sus2, arpeggio. Then slide up there and then go... So all together we have... All right, that's very pretty, very, very pretty, all right? And then we're gonna do this lick. This is the second part of the solo I wanna show you, all right? So there's this, he does this thing that goes, which is all a hammer-on thing that goes down the G major pentatonic scale. But before he does that, you can slip in this, there's a little lick that sounds like he goes... It's in there. If you put your headphones on, you can hear it. Scotti was so familiar and so prepped to play the solo in the studio that he added so many cool little killer fills in here. You almost don't hear them because they're just so, they slip in there so secretly, but they're so much a part of this solo that it makes me nervous teaching this because, I mean, it's hard to do it justice, all right? So let's go back to the, after it ends that thing, it goes, if you don't want to do you can just start, no one would probably know that, playing that live, because that's really the signature line you want to hit, but there's the whole thing. I believe that's what he's doing. It's tough because there's a lot of string skipping in this guitar solo, which really is a testament to how good of a player Scotti is. Not only the string skipping, but the inflection, man. All right, I've spent enough time on that part, so let's go on to the next lick. So there's this little thing that goes, we're gonna be on the 14th fret, on the G string, bend it down, release to the 12th, 14, 12, then go. There's a palm mute on 12, 14 on the D, and then 15th fret, it's a full step up, bend and release, then a harmonic on the, or you can hit like you can hit the open G string, maybe hit the 5th fret or the 3rd fret harmonic. So once again, we're gonna go. Then this part goes. That's a really tricky lick, so that part once again goes. So I'm doing the 17th fret, bending it up a whole step, and go. Bend it up again and release. 15, 17. So it sounds like. Then there's this pinch harmonic on the 15th fret on the B string. He hits it briefly and goes. That's a great lick. It's almost like he just was feeling it. If you can get these legato licks down where you're going, you can really slide into a lot of these kind of feels and things that he's doing in this solo. So once again, that high part goes. That's slow. Once again. All right, and the very last section of this solo is probably my favorite part. It goes like this. It's going to be a half step bend from the 11th to the 12th on the G string, a little bit of vibrato. So we're making this, we're essentially playing the 12th fret, but we're going to bend this 11th fret up to a G. And then slowly he's going to go 9, 11, 7, 5, like that. Very strange note selection there. So what I'm doing there is 4, 5 on the G, 7, D, 4 on the G, 5, D, 7, 9, 5. So that phrase all together is. Then we're going to scoop on the 12th fret on the G string. Then the 7th. And then hit this pinch harmonic. You could hit the 5th fret on the G string and go 4th fret and bend up. I think it sounds best. What I think it sounds like on the record is 12th scoop, 7, and then on this 4th fret we're going to hit a crazy pinch harmonic and bend it up to pitch. and then whammy bar down. All right, so that last phrase again is... I gotta try to hit it again. All right, that's it. Good luck with that one, man. That's a tough solo. I hope this all makes sense. I hope it was helpful. If you like this kind of content, I put up lessons every week, usually 2, sometimes 3. Depends on how much time I've got during the week, but I enjoy doing this for everybody. I appreciate everybody that subscribes. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.